Your nonprofit's website is the primary destination required to serve your audiences, and having a clever and memorable domain name takes creativity and know how. In this Cahoots course, we will cover the basic guidelines you'll need to find the perfect online address for your organization, ministry, or church. Stephen Hawking said, "We are all now connected by the internet, like neurons in a giant brain." As more websites launch, competition for domain names increases. For example, over 350 million domain name registrations occurred in the first quarter of 2025. The options and competition present a constantly changing and tangled web. Tom said that if you just connect those two wires, we'll be on the interweb. Your organization's connection to the internet is your connection to the world, whether you want that reach and potential exposure or not. There's a lot more to consider than just connecting a couple wires for sure, because your domain name is a huge asset to your brand. It represents your brand. Even before we start looking at finding the perfect domain name for your organization or ministry, let's first understand that your domain name, just like your brand name, needs to be researched to determine if it's available for usage as a domain name. A domain name is your network address that identifies it as belonging to your web page. General registration of domain names became available in February of 1986. Now, we're highlighting this website because early on, some very enterprising folks registered almost every state's name in addition to a great deal of huge corporate names. Colorado was a client of ours, and we recall the panic and rush to register the state name domains before someone got to them and resold them for thousands of dollars. We share this because this type of enterprising domain name purchase continues to this day and explains why finding the perfect domain for your organization can be a bit daunting. Let's start by considering some of the simple descriptions and definitions of the components that surround your domain name, so we're all on the same page as it relates to terminology. By definition, a URL is a uniform resource locator, and it's the address used to locate your specific web page on the internet. To exemplify, we'll use our Cahoots domain name to demonstrate the basic components of your URL and how they relate to your domain name. The URL components begin with the protocol, which specifies how the resource should be accessed, like HTTP, HTTPS, or FTP. www, or World Wide Web, is an application that uses the internet to deliver information. But we're going to concentrate in this course on your domain name, and that's the unique address on the internet that identifies your specific website. Extension is the last part of your domain name that follows that last dot, such as .com. Later in this course, we'll review the different extension options now available that can be a dynamic part of your domain name. And the path indicates the specific page or file on the server that is preceded by a forward slash and takes you to a specific page on your website, like Classroom. Parameters and fragments are also components of the URL, but we'll review those in other Cahoots website courses. First, let us state right out of the gate that the first name you should consider for your domain name is your organization, ministry, or church's actual brand name. We've already shared in our Cahoots courses on brand that building equity in your brand name takes constant and consistent promotion. So, adding on yet another name you need to promote takes a lot of communication energy and resources that most nonprofits simply don't have. With that said, a good domain name possesses many of the same creative criteria as your brand name. Let's look at what makes a good domain name.